Hi, Jen here from Jen Michelle Coaching, and today I want to talk about how to create more abundance in your life. For those of you new to my channel, I release a video Sundays of each week. So often we don't realize that we have been programmed to operate under this belief system that there is just a scarcity of resources and that our success, that someone else's success is a threat to our own, meaning that just because they've achieved something or something good has happened to them, that we take that to mean that we're not going to get our needs met, or that there's a shortage, or it puts us in this panic-stricken mode of, why isn't it happening for me? When is it my turn? And just some of those negative emotions such as jealousy, competition, and even guilt over those things surface and lead us in a compromised state where we're not at our highest vibration as a result of, this belief system showing up in ways that we may not even be aware of until we experience the success of someone else and witness our emotional reaction. We almost view it as a rejection of the thing that we're deeply desiring, or that we want to have happen in our lives. And so it's so important that we not view it as that rejection or lack or scarcity of resources, and instead let that clue us in deeper to what it is that we want, and really notice that mindset and where perhaps it stemmed from, and to shift it to a space of abundance, which means there's enough for you. And just because something happened to someone else before you, or a certain level of success came their way, doesn't mean that it won't happen for you, or that that is any threat to you achieving the very things in which you deeply desire and want to create within your life. So number one, examine your thoughts of scarcity and where they come from. Maybe you grew up being told that there's not enough, or that you've got to compete to, stand out, and, if she gets it before you or he gets it before you, then you're going to miss out and there's not going to be the opportunity. But really, an abundant mindset means that you can't miss what's meant to be yours, and that you open yourself up and really root yourself in this truth. So you are letting the inner direct the external versus the external world impact the internal world so much. So you are operating from a space of confidence and security within, recognizing that you're on your path and they're on theirs, and you can move at a rhythm that really just feels right for you, tuning out all of the external noise, tuning out what society says about it, what maybe negative people in your life may say about it, even though they may be incredibly well-intentioned, but really recognizing what's serving your path and what isn't. So you are really resetting continuously when you notice these things occur. So if you feel that sort of sense of scarcity, that you're actively noticing it and you're not beating up on yourself for it, you're just observing it, and you're taking a moment to meet it with curiosity and notice where that comes from. And if it served you at one point in your life, being able to now ask yourself, is that still supporting me? Or how would I like to feel today? And what would be a way to support myself in getting there? Because our thoughts influence our emotions. And so when we're conscious of our thoughts and we are shifting them into something that is loving and supportive and abundant, where we're recognizing that we can't miss what's meant to be ours, we root ourselves in that, and it creates an emotion of, just safety. And we then start to operate from that rhythm, because we're not creating all of that conflict within the body that, we're inadvertently reacting to. Number two, notice what's supporting you and what isn't supporting you, and self-adjust. So if you have people in your life who have the best of intentions, which we all do, but they veer a little bit towards the negative, just be so mindful of what you're sharing and with who. Ultimately, when we're building this new muscle of trying to be a more positive, aligned and self-aware person, we will have to be mindful of who we're sharing, things with, because they may not be ready to hear it, or they may have a different perspective that doesn't support where you're trying to go. And so whenever we're building a new skill, we do want to be really mindful of who we're sharing, everything with, so we are not weakening all of the progress that we're making while, we're still not quite there yet, and we're still sort of learning ourselves. And we are instead turning to people where we truly know that it's a safe space, they're supportive and encouraging of our path and making the desired changes that we want to implement. Number 3, taking time to celebrate your mini victories. This is huge because sometimes we just grind ourselves down trying to get from point A to point B, and we don't take time to notice or celebrate all of the mini victories that we're making along our path. So if you would have handled something from the worst case scenario, or oh my gosh, there's not enough for me, or reacted to just that mindset of lack, but you chose differently, really taking opportunity to celebrate those moments where you are recognizing and talking with your inner little girl, like, we just did such a beautiful job on that. We wouldn't have handled ourselves like that a month ago, or we wouldn't have had the awareness to do that last week. And this makes me feel so hopeful and happy that we're able to see things in this new light, and you're really celebrating those victories and talking to yourself in a loving, kind way, because our subconscious is the believer. So celebrating our victories and the desired changes that we're making is key. So if you are really intentionally talking with yourself with a lot of love and a lot of encouragement, the subconscious will believe that these changes and that this perspective is completely possible for you. So please don't forget to celebrate, because it is one of the most critical aspects of really just embodying the feminine energy and being the best version of ourselves. If this topic is of value to you, I have lots more on creating a life and love of abundance on my website, jenmichellecoaching.com. Please go there to check out all of my different programs as well as my free resources. I will talk with you guys next week, and have a beautiful day. Bye.